Hey everyone, and welcome to Soviet Spooky Tales Green Eyes, a horror game which says it takes heavy inspiration from Soviet children scary tales. One day, a mom said to a little girl, "Don't touch the green vinyl." But the girl didn't listen to her mom and listened to the green vinyl. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Creepy green eyes are on the wall. Don't you think all this is a joke? Little girl is gonna choke. Mum, let's get the Rubik's snake. Dasha, I already told you, we came here for the vinyl. But it's so cool. You can make almost anything you want with it. Like a dog, a duck, even a giraffe. And Pashka can even make a balloon. So Mom, can we please? Everyone in our class already has one. And by all of you, I mean just Pashka? No, not just one. Everybody has one but me. Alright, let's get the snake, but then we won't buy our vinyl. Let Dad's present to gather dust since it's not going to play anything until next paycheck. No, I want both the snake and the vinyl. The less you want, the more you get. Why are you so greedy? Dad makes so much money, and you can't buy me a toy once a month. Dasha, Daddy's not working in the north to buy all the toys at the store. And besides, you and I agreed that this month we were buying a vinyl. But if you change your mind, we can just go home. I start my shift at 12. I can't spend half of the day at the store. But Mom... Dasha, it's either the snake or vinyl. Period. I took another look at the kids section. There are multicolored toys on display. They all had shiny plastic. It's so nice to open a new pack and hear that way it sounds. The Vasila dolls and Kosha shinks stood in rows, and each has its own characters and face. Pink kitties, plushies with stripes on their backs. Fur puppies wearing plaid ponchos. Roly-poly toys with round faces and spinning tops on suction cups of horses. Almost like in the program, What, Where, When. I wanted them all at once, especially the snake and the spinning top, and at least one little doll, not to mention the record, of course. Why is Mum so stubborn? As if she wasn't a little girl herself. And if you try to negotiate with adults, they just ignore you and punish you. I'm not going to argue. I don't change Mum's mind anyway, and I risk not getting a present at all. Alright, let's get the vinyl. The toy section saw us through the sad eyes of stuffed animals, but I cheered up a little as soon as we got to the vinyl section. The music section, shells, there are vinyls by divided genres, fairy tales, classical music, pop music, just to name a few. And additional to all that, you could all see the amazing artwork and designs that each one had. Mum, can I choose? Of course you can, Dasha. Behind the counter, I could see the sales assistant, Shadow, blocking the colorful shells with her white robe. Almost in a theatrical way, she corrected her perm, her bright lips which resembled a bow, and her eyebrows that formed an arc over her blue, shadowed eyelids. Good afternoon, what can I help you with? We have vinyls for everyone, even those with the most refined taste. Dasha, go ahead, what would you like to see? The sales assistant's gaze was fixed on me, and I felt uncomfortable. Mum, why don't you do it? Hello, could you please show us what fairy tale you have? The sales assistant glanced at me. Lady, isn't it too late to listen to fairy tales? Just look at her. She's too big, honey. What grade are you in? I wonder if this matters. I reply. In 4th B. She's such a big girl. She doesn't need fairy tales. She needs something more serious. Here, classical music. Koreshki, Ministry of Culture of the USSR, Leningrad Council. UHP 33 RPM, long playing, 12 inches. Girl, do you go to music school? Do you listen to Pyotr Ilyich? No? Who's... I'm not saying that again. How can you not know? Not saying that. He's the greatest Russian composer. Haven't you ever been to the Nutcracker? I saw the cartoon on TV. The cartoon? Girl, it's a world famous ballet. Sort of, it's Tchaikovsky, Alec Forum. The band and fairy tales are not too late for me. Everybody likes fairy tales. What else have you got? Parade of Pop Solstice 1 by the Aprilovka Order of Lenin Record Plant. Stereo 33 RPM, 12 inches. It was just delivered yesterday. Would you like to have it? All this year's novelty. Joseph Kobzon, Forgotten Tango, All Union, Melodia Record Studio, 33 RPM stereo. A girl should learn how to have good taste. The sales assistant started daydreaming and sang off key. You're terrible. Yep, you're terrible. The night was luminous. White flowering clusters were bursting into the window. The bird cherry tree was in full bloom. Oh, how wonderful it was blooming. I was so in love with you, was whispering shy tender words to you, and you gave me your heart that moonlit midnight. I don't like that sales assistant. She only gets in the way. And the covers of the fairy tales are so pretty. Puss in Boots, Alibaba, and the 40 Thieves. Oh, the Bremen musicians. It's just like mine. But I heard almost all of these. I was browsing through everything I could see. I was looking for something special. After all, it could be considered a gift from a dad, and I wouldn't want to make a mistake and buy something silly. But as luck would have it, there's nothing interesting. Oh, wait a second. What's that black cover? A strange vinyl caught my attention. Its envelope was completely black. I'd never seen anything like this before. Nothing painted on the cover, and there's no title, so I wondered what was inside. When I looked closer, I saw the vinyl itself was peeking out of the envelope, but it wasn't black at all, like the visual ones. On the contrary, it was a very bright green color. Wow, a green vinyl. How unusual. That's what I need. I pulled my mum's sleeve and whispered in her ear. Mum, let's ask her to give that one, or she'll be singing like non-stop. Excuse me, could you please show us that vinyl with the black envelope? The sales assistant took out the envelope without a name and threw it on the counter. People have no taste nowadays. They listen to all kinds of nonsense, rock and some other stuff. Mum, let's get it. I've never seen vinyls this color. Tell me, please, how much is it? Lady, what does it say on the back? Mum turned the envelope over. There's no writing on it. She carefully took out the record to find out the price. It's forbidden to take the goods out of the package. Can you read? Come on, what do you think is the sign for? Go to the cash register to pay for it. Straight ahead and to the right. That'll be 1 ruble, 25 kopecks. Dasha, let's hurry. We have to go. Mum took the black envelope, and without saying goodbye to the sales assistant, we hurried to leave the section of the store. The cash register buzzed loudly, and the green vinyl was finally mine. What a rude sales assistant. Just a brat. I didn't even have to ask what the vinyl was. Mum, it's okay that we don't know what's on it. It's more interesting that way. It'll be a surprise. I love surprises, especially good ones. Hi Dasha, I have to run. It's 10:30. I'm late for work. Let's go to the tram. Mum, can I carry the vinyl? Of course you can, but be careful. Vinyls are fragile. The weather outside was surprisingly warm for early October, and the yellow leaves on the trees were already shivering helplessly, knowing that winter was coming. Brr, I don't like winter. Mum, is it cold in the north where Dad is now? Mum sighed. It's cold. It's almost always cold there. Can you imagine how happy Dad will be when he comes home? Will he be back soon? Dasha, you already asked me that today. Mum, tell me again, please. Soon, soon. He'll be listening to the new vinyl with us. Oh, there's our tram. We ran into the tram and closed its door, creaking and swaying, and took us home. There were not many people in the salon, and it was still working hours, so you could only see pensioners, students in the second shift, and people like my mum who worked in shifts. Mum, look how much room there is. Let's sit by the window. Okay, Dasha, but first, please. Validate the tickets. I'll get them. Wait. Mom took out of her pocket 2 small packs of different colors, red and green. Took off the 2 tickets of 3 kopecks each and gave them to me. Here you go, and I'll sit down. Alright, but I want my seat by the window. I looked around the tram in search of a ticket validator. The nearest one was hanging opposite the entrance. Aha, there you are. Too bad, I only had 2 tickets. I could easily punch them. I wish I had a bigger pack to test my strength. I wonder if I could punch 10 tickets at a time. The tickets slid easily into the validator slot. When I hit the handle, I heard a familiar pleasant sound. I had punched tickets 100 times, and each time I enjoyed the feeling of the paper resisting and being defeated when the mechanism created a hole through it. Bingo. I looked at the ticket number. Wow, it's a lucky ticket. What a lucky ticket it is. All 6 digits are the same. Mum, look, a lucky ticket. It's all 3s. I never had anything like it. Dasha, don't shut on the tram. It's indecent. If I make a wish and eat this ticket, it'll definitely come true. Or should I keep it? Can I save? I can. Let's eat it. I wish Daddy paid us a visit soon and stayed with us. I bit off the corner of the ticket, and a tart taste of paper comes into my mouth. I already brought the cherished ticket to my mouth for the 2nd time, but suddenly, my mother noticed it and looked at me with a stern look. Dasha, I'm going to eat the ticket again. It's terribly dirty. Who knows who touched it? I wonder if the inspector comes in now. We'll be fined. No, Mum, Mum always ruins the fun. Okay, I'll eat it later, before she sees me. I carefully put the ticket in my pocket. I went to my mum. Outside the window, buses and cars were running by. My mother ruffled my hair and hugged me tightly, and I leaned my forehead against the glass and hugged the black envelope I bought. I wondered what was recorded in it. Probably some great song. Maybe even an American song. I never had one of those before. Everyone in the class will be jealous. Especially this Xena. We'll have to listen to the vinyl when we get home. Mum, how long is our ride? About 15 minutes or so. 15 minutes so long. All the way my forehead rhythmically tapped some kind of melody, and under this lullaby I fell asleep. Oh dear, what a beautiful vinyl you have. Can I hold it? Xena, you can't. You'll get it dirty. Come on, Dasha, please. Can I come to your house and listen to it? No way, I haven't played it myself yet. And if you want, I'll give you my collection of New Year cards. I won't spare anything for you. Just let me at least touch it, I beg you. And you won't bully me anymore? Call me names or be mean to me? No, of course not. I'll be your best friend. Do you want me to carry your bag for you? Do you want me to give you my lunch in the cafeteria? And the compote? Sure, take the compote too. You're welcome. Actually, I've already promised Pashka and Lena to let them listen to it. So I guess you're the last in line. Maybe in a couple of weeks the vinyl will be free. Thank you, dear. Thank you. I'll tell everyone how good and kind you are. Dasha, it's time. Dasha, let's go. Why did you fall asleep? Have we arrived? Too bad. I had such a nice dream. After all, the tram is how old ladies move around, and it goes at the same speed. Let's hurry home. We have to hurry. We quickly got off the tram and walked down the narrow street towards our house, which was the number 33. The same as our ticket. It was on the Lennon Street, and not too far from the stop. Doggy, we could already see our yard of several 9-story buildings with a cozy entrance through the archway. But suddenly, out of nowhere, on our way was a street dog, which was something between a bichon and a shoe brush. There's that dog hanging around again. Look at the way she's staring at me. She's gonna come at me. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here, I'm telling you. The dog sniffed the air a few times with his nose, then ducked his head to the ground and growled. It showed a row of small, sharp teeth. Despite its small size, it could harm anyone with its bite. Yeah, those are the ankle biters. What a stupid animal. Dasha, hide behind me before it bites you. Shoving the vinyl into my mom's hands, I looked around for a suitable branch. Luckily, there was one near me. The local boys broke it off during a game where they pretended to be soldiers. Without any sudden movement, my hand slowly reached for the cherished goal. The dog watched my every movement carefully, as if he suspected something. Finally, my fingers found a stick, and I grasped it firmly. I got it. I seized my new wooden weapon and prepared to make a dash for it. Mum, not understanding what I was going to do, looked at me with amazed eyes. Lucy. Fetch. The stick whistled across the lawn, and with a thud, fell to the ground somewhere behind bushes. Good dog. The dog scrabbled with his paws and rushed after the branch. Lucy, come to me. Good dog. A smudgy, satisfied Lucy rolled her prey and licked my face. This Bichon, as soon as it smells from which side our pair will rush and meet me. There's no one in the whole world cuter than this little thing. I always have a cookie in my briefcase for her, and Lucy always has time to walk me to school. Alright. Lucy, that's enough. Lucy, what a cheeky one. How long have you been waiting for me? Sorry, I don't have anything with me. I'll bring you something tasty before school. Lucy fell on her back, indicating she wanted me to scratch her belly. Dasha, leave that dog alone. Mom, can Lucy live with us? Look how smart she is. Look at you coming up with silly ideas. She may as well have fleas, and maybe be contagious. Why do we need animals at home who could have a ringworm? Especially at the beginning of school year, when they shave your head. You know why you shouldn't touch stray dogs with your bare hands. She doesn't have fleas, and I've known her for a long time. My mother looked at Lucy, lying on her back, and she wrinkled her nose and, without saying anything, ran through the archway into the yard. I had to go home too. Wait, Lucy, I'll be back soon. Lucy walked us to the yard and obediently sat down to wait for my return with the promised cookies. The yard at the beginning of the school year wasn't as noisy as it was during the summer, but still had kids of all ages running around. The unsteady melody of rusty swings was complemented by bicycle bells, kids counting, and pigeons cooing. I suddenly felt the need to run and go down the iron slide a couple of times, and I even took a few steps toward the playground, but I remembered that we were in a hurry to get home because my mom had to get to work. That's okay, I'll ride it later. Grannies sat on the bench near our house and looked, as always, at everyone who passed by. Babushka. When I was small and played ball by the white wall of the entrance, I always listened with pleasure to the everything that people say. Who got married? Who had a baby? Who brought what and what was going on in the whole world? Grandmothers knew, it seems, everything, and even before everyone else knew. Listen. Have you heard how Igor from Poloskaya Street has disappeared again? They've been looking for him for 2 days now. Our neighbors, Polina Shimyonova, say she had a dream the other day. The aliens were taking Igor to her spaceship. No way. The aliens took him away. He probably got drunk in the garage with his buddies and went home to the workshop supervisor to settle their relation. He's probably sitting in the drunk tank right now, where he can't remember his name. Oh, sweetie, you can't talk about a man like that. Igor Petrovich, by the way, built the sandbox on the playground with his own hands and didn't take money for it. Our Igor Petrovich is very handy. God bless his soul. Why did he need money? He got a bottle for his service and he was happy. Remember, there's a similar case in 59. A whole group of kids, you know. Tourists. What do you call them? Mountaineers were attacked by aliens when they were sleeping in their tents at night, and all of them were killed. There was a big fuss all over the country about it. I know a policeman who told me in confidence that witness claimed that they saw aliens in those places with their own eyes. And others said that it was not aliens, but Bigfoot. That's right. I remember at that time, even a sketch of it was painted in Pravda. There's no Bigfoot, Thea Ivanova. I know your stories. Students should drink less in the mountains. They get drunk and get into arguments with each other. I know their kind. They settle and dispute with their fists. That's for sure. And when they're drunk, oh, they have a good time. So they all froze to death in the cold. Oh, sweetie. How can you say that? I think the boys decided to warm up and be healthy, so they took off their clothes to rub themselves with snow. Huh. The leader of the group, by the way, was a silver medalist, but the boys didn't think about everything, and that's why God took their souls away. Yeah? And they didn't warm up properly, did they? What are the authorities looking at after all? The trip was dedicated to the XX1 Congress of the CPSU, and then the place has been named after the medalist ever since. Is either Sorokin Pass or Orlov, some bird's name, I don't remember. Yotlov Pass. Good morning. Tanya, my dear, hello. Hello. Tanya, tell your mother that I found the details of what happened to the red refrigerator. I told her today. Get her to come out of the chair after 3, in case there aren't enough seats on the bench. Okay, I'll tell her. Don't get dirty. There's painting inside the building. Yeah, the housing department has managed to paint the walls. The painter's already at work. They're probably messing up the floor, and who'll clean it up? We have to do it again, who else? Sasha, Lupashka came by in a hurry. He asked me to remind you that you're supposed to collect the herbarium. Herbarium. Oh right, the herbarium. I completely forgot. This is science today. He also asked about the oak tree, if it grows around here. Such a good boy. God bless him. He's a good boy, but he's too quick. He ran again across the street when the light was red. What an idiot. I'll tell his mum everything. And what does he need, that oak tree? There's plenty of leaves lying around. He can take as many as he wants. Well, we're off. Have a nice day. At the entrance, we were met by blue-colored walls with peeled plaster and suits for matches. Along the stairs, unknown artists had left their messages to posterity with a nail or pen. Some immortalized their favorite soccer team, and others frankly expressed their attitude towards their neighbor. And against my will, I read, Lyuba plus Petra? Spartak is the champion, Vasya is an ass, soon everything will be painted over. Dasha, run and check the mail. See if anything came, but hurry. I've already called the elevator. Mum, let me use the stairs. Why? The elevator's faster. Ah, Pashka told you all kinds of spooky stories again, right? It's not spooky stories, it's all true. So, what is it this time? A red hand, black sheet, green tomatoes? That's the kind of scary stuff they told me at camp. Where'd all that stuff come from in an elevator? Did they tell you about the black man at camp? Oh, that's new. I don't remember that. It's funny to you, but Pashka's acquaintances disappeared like that. How? He disappeared. He went into the elevator, and no one ever saw him again, all because of the Shadow Strangler. We take the elevator first to the 8th floor, then go straight down to the 3rd floor, and then go to the 9th floor. A Shadow Strangler will enter the elevator. And then what happens? Well, you can't talk to him under any circumstances. I press the button for the 6th floor, and when the elevator goes down, he'll get out. What's the big deal? So he gets in, and then he gets out. Is that among the buttons, there's a button with no digit at all, and if you press it, the elevator will take you to hell, and you'll never come home again. Ah, what a great imagination Pashka has. What if you talk to this man when he gets into the elevator? He'll strangle you right away. What if you don't press the button without a number? Mom, I'm serious. Pashka, Pasha, first of all, if you know that all this will end badly, why follow these complicated instructions if it's easy to make a mistake? And secondly, we live on the 7th floor. We don't even need to go up to the 8th floor, let alone down to the 3rd. Let's take the elevator. No, Mom. I'll take the stairs. I race you. Whoever gets up the fastest wins. Alright, let's do it. Between the 1st and the 2nd floors, under the window, there are 2 rows of mailboxes of the residents of the building. Quite often, you can see different letters and newspaper coming out of them. But the most interesting thing was, of course, subscription magazines. It was easy to recognize our mailbox, number 26, even though the number was almost gone. Someone had once scratched a funny duck on the door. To be honest, it didn't look much like a duck. That's probably why the artist signed below just in case it's a duck. Ah. I know who did it and why. As Daddy would say, I wish I could catch that person and snap them on the wrist. But screw them. Especially since I myself wrote once wrote my name at the entrance wall. Despite the fact that the inscription, Dasha, was small and hardly noticeable, I felt a slight excitement and pride every time I looked at it, because so far, no one had guessed that I did it. It was my little secret. I guess I couldn't have been a real spy, like Stierlitz. I opened the door. Oh, something had arrived. Inside the mailbox, there were 3 magazines. Let's check them out. Roman Gazeta is my dad's subscription. Boring adult stories, almost no pictures. Koshura prints funny stories about school children, but I've never read them all, only the most interesting ones. But Visoli Kartinki is another matter, as my favorite magazine. The pictures there were really funny, always so bright and colorful. I never stopped my subscription, not even when I become an adult. No letter from Dad again. He's so busy there that he can't write us even the smallest letter. Dasha, I'm on my way. Then I heard the elevator doors closing. Remembering a competition with my mother, I rushed up the stairs. I flew up the last step and landed on the 7th floor, just as my mum was getting out of the elevator. Me first, me first. You always you're fast. So, did anything arrive? Yes, the magazines did. Dad's and mine, no letters. I see. No Robotnitsna again? Mum's magazine, Robotnitsna, was a little better than Roman Gazeta, but still boring. Only like the recipes and the girls in fancy dresses, and the fact that my mum lets me cut out the pictures as long as it doesn't ruin the pattern. No, Mom, it didn't. Maybe someone stole it. Grandma Maya probably took it to read. She'll put it back in the mailbox later. Alright, Dasha, give me the magazines before they get wrinkled. Hrushevik, god damn it. Something rattled on the floor above, and the familiar smell of paint hit my nose. Mum wrinkled her nose and looked up. Yes, the renovation had begun so quickly, and, as always, at the wrong time. Why at the wrong time? Because they had to paint in the summer, while everyone was away at the countryside. Mum took the keys out of her purse, opened the door, and we entered the apartment. Tanya, Dasha, how did it go? What did you see? Graham, there's so many toys and dolls, and different games. It was great, Mum, but I'm late for work. We stayed more than expected. Grandma Fire told me to tell you to be down there by 3 p.m. Something about some refrigerator. Oh, should tell her nonsense again. The old gossip. Maybe Tanya, you have time to eat some soup? I made some delicious borscht. No, Mum, I eat at work. Our kindergarten has good food. I'll have some, Graham. What a good girl. If you eat everything, you'll grow up faster. Did you get anything from the store? Hey, Graham, look at this green vinyl. But we don't know what's inside. How come you don't know? Oh, it must be very expensive. Wow, what a beautiful color. They didn't make vinyls like this in our time. Mum, leave it in the hall for now, and we'll listen to it together tonight. I wanted to listen to it now, before school. Dasha, let's do it tonight. We'll have a little party in honor of an unusual purchase. Alright, but then we need to buy lemonade for the party. Sure. On my way back, I can go to the store and buy Buratino. Maybe you can get some Pepsi instead? Buratino is already boring. Okay, Dasha. I'll see if they have some. Oh, Tanya, don't get Pipski. Some say it's bad for your stomach. Mom, you're at it again, aren't you? Believing everything you hear. It's not that. I know what I'm talking about. Granny, don't worry. We've had it hundreds of times, and nothing's happened. Yeah, take the vinyl. I wish the evening will come sooner. I can't wait to find out what's on the vinyl. Dasha, I already forgot. Here's a present for Zinochka. You can give it to her at school. It's her birthday today, isn't it? Mum, you got it all wrong again. Yes, it's Zena's birthday today, but she'll celebrate it this Saturday in 2 days. I looked at the present in my grandmother's hands. It was a brand new bright red box with the words Rubik's Snake on it. Damn, I want that. Grandma, is that a snake for Zena? Is that her birthday present? Mom, you bought Zena's a snake? But what about me? I asked for one at the store today, and you said I couldn't have one. Not even Xena will have a snake, and she'll tease me again that I don't have a father, and that I'm a beggar. That... what? I was blind by anger, and my hands, out of the blue, snatched the box from my grandmother's hands. The package suddenly opened. The neatly folded puzzle slipped out and flew down. Yep. Ouch. What's the meaning of all this? Dasha, aren't you ashamed to behave like this? Mom, I didn't mean it, I'm sorry. It's not really broken. It's just parts that flew off. They're easy to put back on. Xena has everything and I don't. Her dad always gets her everything. And she's so mean. She calls me names. I can't stand her. Why'd I have to give her presents? Dasha, you know that yours and Xena's mums are colleagues and have been friends since childhood. You should be friends too. Xena gives you presents on your birthday. Why wouldn't you do the same? Let her have it. She usually gives me crap and keeps all the good stuff. And anyway, I don't need them. I threw them in the trash. Alright, so young lady, that's enough. My patience is wearing thin. Starting today, you're grounded. You'll not watch cartoons until you learn to behave. When your father gets here, I'll tell him everything. What are you going to give Xena now? We'll give Xena the vinyl we brought today. I'll throw the snake away. It's no longer suitable as a present. It's a waste of money. Oh, Tanya. Mom, no! You broke Xena's present, and now we give her yours. It's only fair. Don't you dare touch the green vinyl, do you understand? But Mom! I've said it all. Mom picked up the toy and left their apartment, slamming shut the door. A moment later, there was a sound, like something was falling through the garbage chute. It was Xena's snake. Tears of frustration started to come out, and I was unable to restrain myself, so I ran into my room. It wasn't my fault. It was an accident, and the box opened by itself, and if my mum had bought me the same snake today, then none of this would have happened at all, and now they've taken the vinyl away. My green vinyl. Grandma came quietly into the room and hugged me. Don't cry, my dear. You know your mother loves you, and with Xena, you should be friends. She's not a bad girl, and studies for A's. But... Alright. Stop crying. It's time to get ready for school, or you'll be late. Oh, I still haven't given you some borscht. It's probably cold by now. I don't want to eat. I lost my appetite. Well, you should. The soup's very tasty. Gram, when you were a kid, did you hate someone? Of course I did. I remember Valerie was my classmate. A terrible bully. Wouldn't let me go. Teased me. Pulled my braids. I couldn't stand him. That's your husband, isn't it? And you became friends with him later? No way. We're like cat and dog until 10th grade. Did you ever fight him back? Him? I couldn't fight back. He's a big guy. I had taller than me. I had a hard time with him until I got into college. And after that, I never saw him again. I found out later that Valerie was in love with me, but didn't know how to say it, so he played along. Grandma's strange story calmed me down a little, but I still didn't want to be friends with Xena. Quite the opposite. I wanted to get back at her somehow, but how? Suddenly, an idea popped into my head. That's right. Let her have the vinyl, but I'll listen to it first. I got the vinyl. It's only fair. But how can I do it after Mom grounded me? Sneak around and listen to the vinyl in secret? That won't work because Grandma will listen. So I'll convince Grandma. Grandma was often on my side. Maybe I could persuade her to let me listen to the vinyl. Grandma, I love you so much. You have no idea how much. Oh, Dasha, I love you too, my dear. No, Grandma, you don't love me at all. Why is that? Because you'll give my vinyl to Xena, and I didn't get to listen to it. Dasha, it's your own fault. You behaved badly. You have to obey your mum. But imagine if your mum gave that harmful Valerie something very valuable to you. Like your sewing machine. Would you like it? I think I wouldn't like it. I'd probably be sulky. There you go, Grandma. If you really love me, you let me listen to the green vinyl just once. And I'll do the dishes for a week without telling Without you telling me to do it, I'll vacuum the carpet in my room. I mean it. Grandma smiled. You're so cheeky, Dasha. I'll get an earful if your mum finds out. She won't find out, Grandma. Be very careful and put it back where it belongs to. Alright, sweetie. Listen to it once, but then put it back immediately. I left it in the hall on the shelf. I'm going to warm up the soup. The vinyl must be around here somewhere. I looked around. On the shelf, near the books, I noticed a familiar black envelope. There you are. As I approached the cabinet, I smelled, for a second, a strange, sweet odor that was clearly coming from the vinyl. I'd encountered that smell once before, last summer, when Pashka, Lena, and I had climbed up to the abandoned house. It smelled like that under the stairs of the first floor. Pashka joked that Cat had died there. Huh? Sweet smell? Cat dead? How does that work? It was dark and Lena and I were afraid to look under to check if it was true. Pashka called me a coward. What a friend. What am I thinking? I'm imagining all kinds of things. I'm not a coward. It's probably just the smell of old things, that's all. I've got to hurry up. I've got to go to school soon. I took the vinyl and slipped back into my room. On the windowsill, between the two speakers, was my favorite vinyl player, a Vega 108 stereo. My dad had given it to me for my last birthday, and now my mum buys a new vinyl almost every month. I like fairy tales. I already have a whole box of them. If I could avoid going to school and doing silly lessons, I listen to them all day long. My favorite is the Bremen Town Musicians. I've had it since I was a kid, as long as I can remember. I've listened to it probably 100 or 200 times. Because of that, it's already all scratched up, and it's always stuttering on the God's song. It's even funny when the vinyl player starts making oh, 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 oh sounds instead of the oh too bad. It's certainly that sunrise we meet with our eyes. But for some reason, my mum doesn't like it and asks me to turn it off. I carefully took the new vinyl out of the black Ezonite envelope and put it on the player. It's so beautiful after all. Too bad, I'm only going to listen to it once. But once is better than never. There's a black paper label in the center of the vinyl. That's strange. Such circles usually have the name of a story or an album with a list of songs written on it, and also the playback speed, 33, 45, or rarely 78 RPM. But there's nothing here, just a black circle. Maybe it's some kind of defect? Maybe they forgot to print it. The player was set to 33 RPM, so I'll try that first. If anything, I'll switch to the other one. I wonder if listening to vinyls at the wrong speed ruins them. One time I played Thumbelina faster than I was supposed, and it was so funny. All the characters were gibbering like gnomes. I pressed the on button and turned on the player. The red light came on, and excitement ran through my whole body. Now I'd finally hear everything. I turned down the volume, just in case. The start key spun my vinyl around, and I carefully placed the needle on the very edge. There's a nice soft crackling sound in the speakers that was impossible to confuse. I froze in anticipation for the magic to come, unable to take my eyes off the mysterious purchase. Suddenly, some cheerful music came from the speakers. What's this song? I've heard this before. It's like the Carousels, I think. Oh, something familiar. I think I've heard this tune somewhere before. Same. It's the dog waltz. When our teacher played it for us in school, we all would start barking in a funny way. I remember she told us that it's still unknown who composed this melody, and that was mistakenly attributed to another musician. I don't remember which one. Tapping out a funny tune with my foot, I remember Lucy. I wish I couldn't let her listen to this vinyl now. I can imagine how she would dance, standing on her hind legs. Although Dog Waltz was not what I expected here on the green vinyl, it still cheered me up, and I was wondering what tune would be next. But the next tune never came. The waltz kept playing and playing, endlessly, repeating the same tune. Is it only the dog welts? No way. I listened for a few more minutes, but the music remained the same. All the fun gradually faded away, replaced by disappointment. That's it. What a load of crap. If I had known it would be like this, I wouldn't have quarreled with my mother over a stupid vinyl. Let Xena have the stupid waltz. I'm sure she'd dance to it like a little dog, just like Lucy. And I'd say to her, when I see her, Xena, bitch! Xena, come here! Xena, play dead! Uh-oh. What's that? The vinyl suddenly began to play some strange sounds, only remotely resembling the old melody. Goosebumps ran down my back, and my body felt numb. I couldn't scream or run away. The nasty sound cut my ears like a knife, and I closed my eyes shut because of the pain. Through the scraping and noise, I suddenly heard a terrible voice. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Creepy, green eyes on the wall. Don't you think all this is a joke? Little girl is gonna choke. Who's that? Maybe Mummy's back. Why so early? I have to put the vinyl back before I get caught. I can imagine how mad Mum would be if she saw me with it. Grandma's gonna be in trouble too. Suddenly, the music stopped. The vinyl player was turned off, and even the needle was put back in its place. That's odd. Maybe I'd turned it off myself. I just hadn't noticed it. Okay, gotta hurry up. Yep. I walked back into the hallway and stood right at the door. No, it doesn't sound like Mum. Mum has keys. Maybe she forgot them. Lasha, look who's here. But it's definitely not Mum. She would never ring the doorbell so many times. Maybe one of the neighbors? Fear crept up, and a chilling feeling started somewhere inside. I started to hear the strange words from the new vinyl. Little girl is gonna choke. We have to see who's standing outside the door. I slowly, almost without making a sound, approached the door peephole. I knew I'd give myself away when the light of the apartment flashed on the back of the peephole. My curiosity, mixed with fear, had already gotten the better of me. There was a tall, black silhouette, with green eyes, with green lights for eyes, almost staring at the door. Damn, end of demo. Thank you everyone. That has been Soviet Spooky Tales, Green Eyes. The developer has said that this is the first out of 5 games which all take inspiration from Soviet children stories. We're looking forward to playing them because children's stories always have a horror element to them at the end. Yeah, they always have like a deeper meaning and a major twist which makes children behave. I'd say the art style is pretty good. It's gritty, looks kind of monsterish, I'd say. And it'll be quite good for gore, I reckon, if there is going to be blood and stuff. Some sentences weren't translated at all. Although I'm pretty sure the first one, where it wasn't translated, might have been curses. Anyway, it's a cool game. So, thank you everyone for watching, and later.